Community, which one do you prefer? Inner Fire or Unmatched Zeal? As a Vanguard, I'm faced with a tough choice on how to help my fellow squad mates out. Should I give them 15% faster ability regeneration on Majorist plus finishers, or 30% health restoration in Extremist finishers? I know that it kind of depends on the team comp. Bulwark prefers ability regeneration, but we don't get the luxury sometimes to choose the comp. So, which one do you prefer? Okay, so, I gotta be honest, I haven't seen Inner Fire in an operation for quite some time, especially in Absolute. Now, obviously in Absolute, you see more Extremists, so Unmatched Zeal goes a farther way. I swear, Unmatched Zeal is perfectly balanced for Absolute, because it really only gives you the bonuses, when you're successful in taking out an Extremist. So, hey, why not give you a little bit of a benefit to engage with everything that difficulty can throw at you? I like that. Inner Fire, I think, is similar, to be completely honest. I think Inner Fire is valid to use in Absolute, but as the poster here suggests, yes, it does kind of depend on your team. And I think ultimately Inner Fire is still going to perform well. I still like Inner Fire. And I think Inner Fire goes great with the tactical. But I think tacticals would, I think most tacticals would still want Unmatched Zeal when it comes to the higher difficulties. And I kind of wanted to gauge the community's reaction on this because it's kind of interesting. Inner Fire used to be the meta. Inner Fire and Invigorating Icon was what you wanted when you jumped into, lethal. Not Absolute wasn't out yet. The lethal reliquary runs, which, yeah, those were very painful without Inner Fire. Oh my god. When at the time, we didn't have prestige perks. At the time was really like a couple months ago, maybe 4 months ago. That's really when I started to get good at this game. Was my first round of lethal completions. And reliquaries specifically, because that's where all the knowledge of your kit really comes in handy, because there's a lot of time in that operation. And yeah, you know what? I did do my first lethal run with Bulwark. I played quite a bit of Bulwark, to be completely honest, and I think it was definitely a good choice. Invigorating Icon wasn't nerfed then either, so you could really get it back extremely fast with Inner Fire. Now, with that said, Unmatched Zeal still requires you to take out an Extremist, and if you're not capable to take out a Terminator or a Biovore, I guess I was gonna say Ravener, but I think everyone's good at. I think everyone's genuinely good with fighting Raveners and Lictors. I think Zoanthropes are easy to beat with a sniper. So genuinely, I think most players are good at fighting every Extremist that comes with Tyranids, and besides Biovores mostly. I don't know. I guess it depends. I did see a good Bulwark take out a Biovore recently that I wasn't too sure they were going to be able to take out because they had a mortal wound and they had like 1 health, but hey, they got the job done. So maybe everyone's getting better at beating up Biovores. But Terminators, whenever I see a Terminator spawn, if they throw those rockets out, it can definitely throw a wrench in everybody's plan and we have to take it out. But yeah, and I think ultimately, if you know how to parry Terminators, if you know how to deal with Biovores, you want to see Unmatched Zeal. If you kind of aren't sure what to expect from Absolute yet, you might want Inner Fire, but still, I think ultimately, even if you're not confident with taking out Extremists, one of your teammates could also just leave up, that execution for you. Not to mention, I thought wasn't Unmatched Zeal before it was like fixed? Wasn't Unmatched Zeal for everybody, or like whenever one person executed an Extremist? I thought it healed everybody, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong on that. That was a long time ago. But yeah, right now Unmatched Zeal is kind of like the best perk for Absolute. So yeah, let's gauge the community's reaction to this. I yapped enough. Let's see how other people feel about it. General consensus is that Inner Fire is more optimal on difficulties up to Ruthless, and anything higher makes Zeal more worthwhile. Realistically, you can run either. Unmatched Zeal just adds the extra conflict when you have that one jerk who keeps hogging every execution regardless of who needs health or armor. That's interesting. Still, stuff like that is rare in higher difficulties, at least for me. I'm more referring to Extremist execution. It's very rare to have somebody go out of their way to steal an Extremist execution. But like Majorist, yeah, that happens, but sometimes that can happen by accident. So, yeah, I guess it really depends. But, yeah, I mean, Inner Fire, like, the one way I could justify running this in Absolute would be if you're, like, communicating with the Bulwark. And that still is going to work. Inner Fire is still going to work with Icon, you know? And who else? Like, Tactical with Scan is good, but I think Tactical has a lot of nice cooldown support now, considering if they pick up an ammo box, they actually cool down their scan for 25%. And I have covered that perk before. It's a lot better than you think. But ultimately, I think, you know, Sniper doesn't really care about Inner Fire. They have Squad Renewal. Anyway, Squad Renewal is really good. Is it Squad Renewal? Does Squad Renewal pretty much make Inner Fire irrelevant in a sense? Like, Squad Renewal has been... I'm pretty sure Squad Renewal always did the same thing. It's just everyone really enjoyed Inner Fire. Oh, but it was because Sniper wasn't buffed yet. And then when Sniper got buffed, everyone was like, oh, wow, Squad Renewal is pretty good. And then Inner Fire started to be a little less relevant because you saw more snipers. And then if you did see a Vanguard, it's like, well, we have Squad Renewal and Inner Fire. We don't need both. That's interesting. Yeah, Squad Renewal might have killed Inner Fire. That's wild. I play only Bulwark. As for prestiging my class, Unmatched Zeal, thank you. So even a Bulwark here is going to point out that Inner Fire, even though it's useful, with the banner, even though it's useful, if you're Prestige Bulwark, you do have an option to help your cooldown. Now, the original poster here responds to this comment, and they say, all right, so health trumps the banner. You would rather have the health over the banner cooldown. And luckily, Crimson here clarifies, which is very nice, because I can imagine this original poster was left a little bit confused here. But yes, Bulwark can support their own cooldown now, so you really don't even need to consider Inner Fire. Well, I will say, it's still good with Banner. Inner Fire is still good with Banner. But you don't need to consider, like, oh, we're not going to have Banner every fight unless we have Inner Fire. Ultimately, the Bulwark will be fine, and here is Crimson's clarification. You are misunderstanding as of patch 7, and the advent of Prestige Bulwarks now have access to Masterful Defense, which incredibly reduces the banner cooldown. With the sheer amount of Extremist enemies in Lethal and Absolute combined with Masterful Defense, Unmatched Zeal is the better choice. If Masterful Defense was out of the picture, then my choice would be most definitely Inner Fire. Interesting. So, Prestige Bulwarks would like to see Unmatched Zeal because the Prestige perks give them the option of cooldown. So that's a pretty good example of what a good Prestige perk can give you as far as build options, and especially what it can give you as far as team synergy, because ultimately the fact is that this Bulwark can self-sustain themselves and they don't need someone on their team to pick a perk specifically for them in order to get a more impactful banner. And not to mention, I will say, an Inner Fire Bulwark banner does feel very, very good. But it does seem like the common sentiment is Absolute. You want Unmatched Zeal. And this is kind of interesting. Is Unmatched Zeal kind of like a necessary perk for Absolute? No, it's not. However, going through Absolute, and sometimes you see Vanguards. I really haven't seen too many Vanguards when I am leveling and prestiging, which is interesting. But regardless, when you're basically fully leveled in a, like, Reliquary, for example, something like that, yes, you would want to see the best perks you can see in Reliquary Absolute. So Unmatched Zeal, Invigorating Icon, Squad Renewal, something like that would go very, very well together in Reliquary. I wonder if Reliquary was really meant to be, like, the hardest operation. It's like, what, Operation 4? You know what I mean? That's, sheesh. That's kind of wild. I would really like to see the devs' thoughts on Reliquary and how everyone has to build around it in a way. Because, yeah, it takes a bit. So you want perks that definitely can scale with the chaos, essentially, the chaos. But yeah, since in Absolute you see a lot of Extremists, Unmatched Zeal is definitely going to put you in a position to take advantage of that, and that is something you 100% want to play around. But yeah, I mean, is Inner Fire dead? Probably not. Would you want to see Inner Fire in Absolute? Sure. Would you rather see Unmatched Zeal? 100%. Unmatched Zeal in Absolute is key to taking down the hardest operations. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. It's kind of interesting that Inner Fire was put in a position to be like the meta for a long time. And yeah, now that we see Sniper kind of becoming a really good class, we see more Squad Renewal. Squad Renewal, is Squad Renewal better than Inner Fire? Kind of. It really depends, but for the most part, I would say so. I still think Inner Fire is really good, though. But yeah, hey, let me know if you guys ran any teams that had Squad Renewal and Inner Fire, and let me know how that worked out, right? But yeah, again, let me know in the comments how you guys feel. Do you still use Inner Fire? Is there a specific reason or a specific, team synergy that you aim for with Inner Fire? Do you just want to see more scans? Do you want the heavies to get a shield back more often? Because honestly, that shield has pretty good cooldown already. But hey, plasma heavies can't take advantage of Squad Renewal though, right? So hey, it all depends. It all depends. Again, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. Thanks for watching.